Got an email here from Sheila Samples over at Op-Ed News about Hunter Thompson. I just want to go back to Hunter Thompson. I don't know, just because I feel like it, okay? I get so sick of everything else. The night before he died, Hunter Thompson said, quote, "They're going to make it look like suicide. I know how these bastards think." End quote. That was reported to and by journalist Paul William Roberts in an article for the Toronto Globe and Mail. Now, this is posted at tvnewslies.org forum, and I'm not sure when, but here it is. It's written by Jerry Mazza, who was an online journal contributing writer. This is from March 19th, 2005. Are we going to let this pass? That 67-year-old Hunter Thompson allegedly blew himself away while he was on the phone with his wife, and while she heard the muffled sound, and while his son's wife, and grandson were in the house at the same time, and his son thought the shot was the sound of a book falling from a shelf, and that Thompson did this despite the fact that he was in good health mentally and physically, looking forward to his wife's arrival to work on a column with him, and that more importantly, Thompson was also working on 2 highly sensitive stories. One was a book-length story about the government, how the government may have been involved in 9/11, and that bombs were the cause of the Twin Towers collapse, not the planes that flew into them. This based on explosive evidence Thompson had stumbled upon. The other story was that sex slave rings were connected to the White House, equally explosive to the wrong people. In fact, Thompson thought someone was out to stop him from publishing the first story. In his own words, quote, "They're going to make it look like a suicide. I know how these bastards think," as reported by journalist Paul William Roberts in an article in the Toronto Globe and Mail. Also reported was that Thompson's body was found in a chair in the kitchen in front of his typewriter, where he was also purportedly on the phone with his wife. The word counselor, his own enigmatic rosebud, the key, perhaps, to his true killer, was the only word found typed in the center of a page of stationery from the Fourth Amendment Foundation, an organization he discovered, ironically, to defend victims of unwarranted search and seizure. Now, the truth here is that other writers have dealt with this material of the Twin Towers going down due to detonation of bombs throughout the structures, but perhaps none of these writers were as high profile. And with all due respect, they would not be as effectively gonzo as the man who brought you Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72, among others. Fear and Loathing 72 gave you all the squalid details and then some of the selection of Tricky Dick, who was to face off with the likes of Hubert Humphrey or Ed Ibogaine Muskie. Thompson was a generation's main scribe who told all, including what was under the eyeballs and skin of his subject. The rest of it is you can find at onlinejournal.com, tvnewslies.org. Is Online Journal still active? I don't know, and I apologize if it is. But thanks to Sheila for... I didn't know that. That's the first I've heard of that particular take on Hunter Thompson's reported suicide.